So here we are again for another conversation with members of Lansing Regional Sister Cities. So we're happy to have Dr. Willie Davis with us, and we're happy to have Dr. Sung Gil Lee with us today. And today, of course, will be another conversation about Lansing Regional Sister Cities and all of our partnerships and relationships that we have around the world. But we're focusing in on Tanzania today. Tanzania, one of our friendship cities, hopefully one day be a sister cities of ours. And we're going to start by having Dr. Willie Davis just share with the audience who you are. I know that you're Dr. Willie Davis, but beyond that, really, who are you?
I think I'm a person who loves people, I guess, and family-wise, I've had the opportunity to actually raise 9 children, actually 11 if you count 2 adoptees. And I love to travel, and I love to teach, and I love to be part of organizations and, to promote, especially people getting together, pulling together.
Okay, where were you born and raised?
I was born in Memphis, Tennessee, but raised in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and graduated from high school, came to Lansing in '76 to work on my doctorate degree.
Okay.
I was just getting out of a divorce as well, and but I had my children to stay with me a lot in Spartan Village in the summer and stuff like that. And so then after that, I've got together with a sister, and we raised 9 together. She had 6.
Okay.
And I had the 2, and we had 1 together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of children, a lot of family, there.
Yeah.
Well, where did you find your niche as far as a career is concerned?
Oh, well, I got into teaching because at that time I had gotten my bachelor's degree in psychology, and there was no place to go, because they weren't teaching in high school, so I got a group social studies. So I was talked into going into teaching, and I realized that was my niche.
And where did you teach? And what did you teach?
Middle school.
Where?
I taught high school in Grand Rapids.
Okay, okay.
And I taught high school, and so I've been involved in teaching in one way or another since '71.
And you're still teaching?
I'm still teaching.
Where are you teaching now?
At LCC in Devonport, Lansing Community College in Devonport.
And what are you teaching at those?
I'm teaching sociology and education courses.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for introducing us to who you are.
Okay.
Now, Dr. Sung Gil Lee, the question is, who are you?
Well, I'm Korean.
Okay.
I lived here for 44 years now, and I was born and raised in the Korea. Well, born in Pyeongchang, where the Olympic game, Winter Olympic game was, and then raised in Seoul, and came here 1974, first year to Boston.
That's when I came here too.
I came as a surgical interns, and after 1 year I found out that I cannot do what I want to do, which was plastic surgery. So then I went into obstetrics and gynecology and trained locally, Sparrow Hospital, and had my private practice in Sparrow Hospital for 40 years. So.
Wow. So you delivered a lot of babies. How many babies have you delivered?
We counted about 4,000 babies.
Ooh.
So it's been a blessing for me. And I think I can go into politics, those children are all grown up now.
Yeah.
There you go. You got
4,000 babies all over the world, I bet.
Sure.
I tell you.
Doing great things.
Yeah.
That's just a blessing, I guess, to see that life come to be, and to see the happy parents.
It's good profession.
I
really
guess.
Good profession.
Okay.
Sure.
Now you delivered over 4,000 babies. But what about you and your family? Dr. Davis raised 11 children, and how many did you raised?
I have 2 children, and my wife have 2 children.
Okay,
So
okay.
we have 4 together.
Okay, so
1 son and the 3 daughters.
And 3 daughters? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have any daughters. I just have three sons, 3 sons here. Okay, so both of you are members of Lansing Regional Sister Cities. How long have you been involved, and why did you get involved?
Well, my degree was international and comparative education, doctorate degree. So international spectrum and education was always something that I was involved with. And of course, Sister Cities is an international organization.
It is.
So I was trying to make sure that I linked with the various international organizations. And so, through the college, you had our college pieces like international societies, and I was trying to think of the one that Society for International Development, and so I was in that, and I wanted to branch out to places that dealt with especially communities, and so I had some familiarity with the Peace Corps, and so and they kind of linked a lot with Sister Cities, so it's kind of a natural lead into, and I worked with the global the United Nations Center that was also in Lansing. So it's like a natural progression, and so I wanted to try to get on it, so I was able to get appointed.
Okay, okay. That was what, 19?
Must have been about 95.
I think that was the genesis of it.
Yeah, I think it may have been in the beginning of the committee.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but it was very early on.
So you've seen that commission just grow and transition.
Yes.
For 25 years.
I'll tell you.
Absolutely.
So I have been here almost 20. If it was 25, it was 94. So I don't think I was in the very first group, but I think it was more 95, 96.
That Mia Hollister helped to.
Yep, exactly.
To bring about. So what about you, Dr. Sungli?
Well, my story is a little similar, but during that time when the Hollister was a mayor, I was volunteering at the Cristo Rey Community Center. So I was one of those physicians who expanded Cristo Rey Family Health Center from 3 rooms to 12 rooms. And we have ultrasound there at the time. The director at the time was Mr. Benavides.
Yeah, my buddy.
And he and I talk about, hey, we have to go to Korea sometime. And then he became a mayor of Lansing after the Hollister, Mayor Hollister. Then he decided that we want you to go to Sister City Commission because maybe that's the one way we can go together to Korea. So then, once I joined it, I realized that this is the right place to be. We have so many Koreans in Lansing, but then Korean people were good, hardworking people, but they're not visible. So I can help for them to be visible in the community. And then also I can connect the Lansing to outside. The Korea, we've been to Korea a couple of times anyway, but that's how I became involved.
Okay, and you've been involved, but what has it done for you? I mean, how has it impacted your life being a member of Sister Cities?
Well, I got to see a dream essentially come true. And we're talking about Tanzania, but Ghana, working with Ghana, of actually seeing the cross-to-cross fertilization of people and ideas, and being able to bring so many things to the African continent through Ghana. And so that was like, wow, I'd always, it was a crazy thing. I just kind of thought that other people other than just white donors should be in
the loop.
And we need other folks to also become donors as well too. And I thought Sister Cities provided that option, especially for people of different ethnicities,
Mm-hmm.
just as Dr. Lee has been working with Tanzania, you know, and yet
Right.
he's also with the Korea Project.
Mm-hmm.
And so it allows this cross-fertilization of ideas and people working together.
Okay.
You know,
Now you helped us. You helped us out of all the places in Ghana. You helped us find our sister cities, our niche. Did you not?
yeah.
Well, how'd you find? How'd you locate that spot? Zoom in on that spot.
Because you know, I'm from Grand Rapids. And Grand Rapids had a sister city in the God District.
Okay.
And we were searching for a sister city, and I think it wasn't Eva Evans, but it was
Olivia Liz.
Earl Nelson's sister-in-law. What's her name?
I don't even know who
you
it
must
was.
know. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But anyway, I think she might be one of the sororities as well too. But anyway, she linked us up with the Grand Rapids group, and Dr. Laurier was there, and so he talked about that there's an adjacent district to the God District,
Okay.
which is Aquapum South.
So that's how that
So why
happened.
don't we get that going?
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Rest his soul. And so, Dr. Lee, what about you? I mean, how has Sister Cities and your involvement in that impacted your life since your involvement?
Well, it impacted me tremendously. But you know, being a doctor, we learn about Dr. Livingstone and Dr. Schweitzer and you know, African life and his struggle, and I always wanted to get closer to that the service in Africa. And I went to Tanzania, and I was were able to tracking Dr. Livingstone's track, like he was in the you know, Malawi, then Tanzania, Zimbabwe. Tanzania, and the you know, island that he went to. So it's amazing how he did it. So I was able to feel that and help me to grow from that experience. And helping the people in Tanzania was amazing too. But I was able to, you know, like imitate him, if you will.
Walk in his path, travel his path.
That was really amazing.
That's excellent.
I'm gonna say
Go ahead.
about Tanzania too. That was the first place I visited on the continent, was Tanzania, and I wanted to go to Tanzania because during the freedom struggles in Africa, especially South Africa and Zimbabwe and all those countries, all the freedom fighters who were in exile, they were in Tanzania. Tanzania was known as the main frontline state, you know, who would keep those who were in exile fighting against colonialism there. So being part of the Pan-African struggle here in America, especially the Black Power movement, Tanzania was like our darling. That's where the word uhuru, sasa, and all those words came from, Swahili words too. So for me, being from my background, the first place I had to go was Tanzania. And there's a strong link between Tanzania and Ghana as well, because the two most famous Pan-African philosophers was Nyerere in Tanzania and Kwame Nkrumah in Ghana. And those were the two states that really exemplified the whole freedom struggle piece. So that was a major reason why I got involved in Tanzania.
Okay. Now you traveled to Tanzania a lot. And what have you actually done there? What do you do there when you go there? And what other parts of Africa have you traveled?
Tanzania, the first place I went is Arusha, and Arusha is mainly for those, you know, safari travel. But at the same time, we came down to Morogoro, where the you know, Africa has problems with the dryness and lack of you know, rain, and when they have a dry season, they cannot really grow their plants. So I went with my wife, who is a professor at MSU, and she got some grant from USAID. So she went, and I went along with her, And then I was checking the local hospital, and she was doing those sustainable garden, which is those container garden projects. So instead of planting in the land, they put in the container so that they can limit those water requirement there.
Okay.
But then I went to the local hospital, and when they called me, I rushed in and delivered the baby with them.
Oh, did you?
Helping them. So so I was doing my job, and she was doing her job, and then we came down to Dar es Salaam, where they building a private school that you introduced me to, Dr. Davis. Yeah. So Tusiami School, and I saw with my own eyes those African spirit. You know, they are like one of the fastest growing city in Africa is Dar es Salaam, and they were building the private school, not just regular governmental school, but private school was going up. So I was amazed by their spirit. You know, they want to be independent, to be self-sufficient. You know, that I can see with my own eyes.
Yeah.
So that was.
Were
great.
you able to visit any of the classrooms while you were there?
I went into the school name.
Tusiami.
Tusiami, yeah, Tusiami. I went into classroom, preschool, and the high school, because I was crazy about this Tanzania and the Swahili. So I was learning Swahili at the time. So I introduced, hi to Swahili. I forget now, but at that time, I was able to take photos.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
So I was very.
Very interesting.
And delivered some basketballs as well one time.
Oh, did he? To the school that you affiliated with. So tell us more about the school that you introduced him to.
Oh, okay.
Because that's when you.
I still want to read.
Go ahead.
We got such a parallel. When I first went, I attached myself to Muhimbili Hospital for the health education unit.
Okay, because that's what you intended.
Because my dissertation was essentially the health education piece, and so I attached myself, and I did some of the things going around to the different towns and villages. So we had a lot in common. I
want to go. What are you guys going back again? I want to go to Tanzania. I want to go to Korea also.
But Tusiemi is one of the premier schools actually in Tanzania, and it's a private school too. And and one of their major issues is to teach English as well too. It's one of the major parts of their curriculum, and of course, English is also one of the official languages behind Swahili in Tanzania. So I had a little kind of business, or I was leasing a place at the bus station.
In Tanzania?
In Tanzania.
Okay.
And if you have any type of business in Tanzania, you have to have a secretary.
Okay.
So the secretary.
Bonnie was your secretary? Who was your secretary? No.
She knew the people because we were talking about getting involved with a school, and she knew people at Tusiemi.
Okay.
And so that's how we got involved in Tusiemi.
Okay.
And then we raised some monies too to buy some computers too, and we took about 20, I think, computers, or 12 or to 20, can't remember, computers there for Tusiemi too.
Tusiemi.
And then too, they have the NBA, and that's why I got the basketball here.
Okay.
They have the junior NBA in Tanzania, and so there's a team throughout NBA about Tanzania for every NBA team. So there's 30 teams.
Okay.
And Tusiemi played for the national championship, our school.
Oh, wow.
They finished second though.
Well, they got there and they finished. They finished.
So they were. So we took a plaque to them as well. So that's how we've gotten involved with the education piece at Tusiemi.
Both of
basketball and in technology.
Okay, basketball and technology, but both of you have been to Tusiemi?
Tusiemi,
yeah.
And I want to go one day. But what has the major difference been between the setting there, the students, the teachers, the classroom settings, and what you see here in America? Because both of you have been educators in some form or fashion. So what do you see as the major differences between the teachers, the students, the teachers, the students in these schools in Africa? Not just TCME, but any school, overall schools in Africa and in America.
I know one thing is the intense yearning for learning.
Mm-hmm.
There, it's education is treated so highly that you see people studying even if they don't have all of the materials. And 2CME, one thing is a little bit different than some of the schools. It's not a public school.
It's a private school.
It's a private school. So I see it as having more resources than some of the more public schools there.
Sure.
So it's more of that. So you got the different strands, but the yearning for education is much higher, I think, here. Here we take it for granted. They don't take it for granted at all.
Absolutely.
So that's the 2CM is a private school, but when I went to Morogoro, I was able to visit the elementary school there, and I met the teachers there. I have photos someplace, but the class size is very big. So when you go into the classroom, you see about 80 to 100 students in one classroom with one teacher. So, but they're yearning to learn. It's amazing because if you learn the English well in the Tanzania, you're guaranteed to have a good job. So they're really pushing for the English education. They don't have a food. So many students come without having breakfast in the morning. So that's a challenge for the school. And we were there, that we were able to, like less than $1 for us, breakfast. And they cannot afford to eat in the morning. So teachers' concern was that their mind cannot be focused because of this, hunger. So that's a small local school's situation.
I know when I go to Ghana, we always go to Nchini. That's the school that we're closely aligned. And you're right, we see large class sizes there. And I want to emphasize what the both of you said. There is a yearning for education. There's that thirst for education. They know that education is the key out of where they possibly, are. And I also noticed that all over the world in school settings, everyone is having their children to learn a second language, English or something, at a young age. I'm wondering, why are we not doing the same thing here? Why aren't our children learning to speak a second language in the early age, as a part of their early childhood education, because that's when it's best that they learn these things as well. And in Nchini, the goal, the focus is soccer. So when I go to Nchini, I want to take the soccer balls, the inflated soccer balls and things. And we were there just recently. We helped paint some schools, and we helped put the whiteboards up in the classrooms. We took down those old chalk boards that they had. And when I go again, I want to be able to purchase them some playground equipment, because they have the frame of a swing set that was there many years ago, but there is no there are no swings there. So looking forward to going back there maybe in October.
You want to?
Go ahead.
Well, the world is diverse. And one of the things about America, this is probably the most diverse community in the world. Most places, if you go to China, you see mostly Chinese people. If you go to Ghana, you see mostly Ghanaians. Here you see people of every hue, every color, every ethnicity, and Michigan, we're in a wonderful community. Michigan State has students from about 130 countries, and even in Lansing, LCC is about 90. So we are the picture of diversity, and we need to see this as the world is changing, and as we can see the makeup of America is changing, and how all of these impact issues like immigration, etc. So that's to me why.
In the past, immigrant or immigration seen as signs of weakness, but now we know better that diversity is a sign of strength. Like you mentioned, MSU have more than 120 nations sending their students here to study, and imagine what they will do when after they graduate, they go back to their country. They are the one plant democracy in their country. So we are doing amazing job in Lansing. Those we call Greater Lansing. Does a great job in planting the
seeds.
stability in the world, and hope that this will grow, and then that will contribute to the world peace in the end. So
I'm happy also that 5 years ago and even this year, we have the presence at our celebration of the Native Americans.
Sure.
Because from my perspective, we're all immigrants, except those who were here, when we got here. So we're happy to involve them in this celebration. Looking forward to just coming together and sharing some time and some space with people who don't look like me, talk like me, dance like me, dress like me, and can appreciate me for who I am as I return that same thing, appreciating them for who they are. So again, we want to invite the community to come out and join us on September the 7th, 2019 at 6 o'clock at the Lansing Center, where we're going to celebrate the diversity here in Lansing, Michigan.
Okay,
Any final thoughts, Dr. Davis?
Yes, I was just going to show.
Oh, that's right. You wanted to mention that.
Show the Makandi carving, which
Okay.
is from Tanzania, and again, it's like it celebrates unity, like pulling together. Sometimes called Harambe or Umoja. And I just want to see that.
And what do you have here?
This is a guy named Edward Tinga, who created a new art form in Tanzania called Tinga, Tinga. And then this is just here, our English Swahili dictionary.
Okay.
So we're involved with quite a bit in Tanzania, both in the areas of education. And I wanted to mention too, we've also been working with a project of women entrepreneur programs.
Oh,
as well,
yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Not to mention that, and that's becoming a bigger. And we're still working with a group from Mwanza, dealing with helping to build a basketball court.
Okay. And I want to find out from you when you're going to Tanzania again. Final thoughts.
Tell me about the Swahili one thing you see in the Lion's King. What is that?
Oh, you mean no worries? Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata. Swahili.
Well, we have sons. Our sons' names are Asante, which means thank you, God, and Kari, which means kingly, and Jabari, which means brave. And those are all
Swahili.
Swahili. And then my name is Maxine, which is German. That's why I like being called Nana. Yeah. Okay, so thank you, Dr. Sung Gil Lee, for joining us. And thank you, Dr. Willie Davis, for joining us.
Thank you.
Another nice conversation with members of Lansing Regional Sister Cities. And we'll see the whole community to come out and celebrate with us on September the 7th.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.